Geek Myths, a novel about life, love, and the pursuit of sonic screwdrivers. Available in paperback and Kindle edition from Amazon.
Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast, and I promise you this time I won't bang on about politics or actively encourage you to register to vote or make sure that you're still voting, or even look into the exciting world of tactical voting to make sure that the people who are scum and have driven this country to ruin are voted out of power. No, I won't do any of that. Instead, what I'll do is discuss Paternoster Gang, Heritage Volume 2. Just like last time, it's 3 stories, this time written by Guy Adams, Gemma Arrowsmith, and Dan Starkey. I know, Dan's writing. So happy about this. And of course, you've got your standard 3 main cast. Again, you've got your Dan Starkey, your Niamh McIntosh, and your Catherine Stewart. It's been released. It did come out in October 2019. And of course, it's available from the 31st of December 2019 just through Big Finish. For those of you who don't know, well, here's the background to the box set. Victorian London harbours many secrets, alien visitors, strange phenomenon, and unearthly powers, but the trio of investigators stands ready to delve into such mysteries. The great detective, Madame Vastra, her resourceful spouse, Jenny Flint, and her loyal valet, Strax. If an impossible puzzle needs solving, or a grave injustice needs righting, help can be found in Paternoster Row, but even heroes can never escape their past. 2.1 Dining with Death by Dan Starkey. All 3 of these stories are very different from each other, which makes you believe that the whole box set has got legs and can definitely go further than it has done. And I so hope that it continues for a very long time. And now that Jago and Lightfoot are no longer with us in many senses, then I'm sure we can actually go further. So, story number 1, Dining with Death. When negotiations between 2 warring alien races are sabotaged, Madame Vastra offers Paternoster Row as a neutral ground upon which to continue their diplomacy and celebrate the treat with a feast. While Strax frets about hosting 2 species with very different dietary needs, Jenny investigates the dissenters who want to halt the peace process. But a deadly plot is brewing, and the diners may not survive the cheese course. This is a cracking story. It's got so many layers, so many great Strax lines, which is fine, but so much actual characterization, and Jenny is given things to do. Jenny is always the character who could be ignored, and that's not right, because Strax, you've got your comedy lines, you've got your violence. Vastra's the brains of the operation, and of course you get to delve into the Silurianness of it all. But Jenny, of course, is just another human, which she's not. She's got a lot of skills that can be used, and they are utilised here. It's a great development going on, and something that I'd really like to, trumpet from the highest tower, so to speak. There are fox-like races, there are walrus races. These are stuff that they would have to do with makeup that just wouldn't quite work, but on audio it just is brilliant. I point my learned colleagues in the direction of the Desert Island Discs that was on this week with Russell T. Davies, where he talks about Doctor Who being a show that could be ruined by just a ridiculous hat. And it's a show full of hats. That is the sort of thing we're talking about here. It's got lots of layers, it's got lots of investigation. You actually don't quite know what's going on, and the business with the crabs, well, that's just genius. Story number 2, The Screaming Ceiling by Guy Adams. In one of the earliest cases of his illustrious career, Thomas Carnacki heads to the Highlands to embark upon the terrifying investigation of Castle Crichton. On arrival, he finds that another party of sleuths has been engaged. Surely these amateurs of Paternoster Row have nothing to teach the great ghost finder. But this is no ordinary haunting. A room in the castle has a mouth in its ceiling, and it screams. Now, I don't know about the Carnacki side of things, and I know that Dan has been playing Carnacki for Big Finish. I did download them, I just never quite got round to listening to them, which is bad me. I should slap my wrists, but I would have to put my mic down for that, so I'm not going to do that. It's a cracking tale, and I'm guessing told in the same style, but of course Dan doesn't get to play Carnacki in this story, because that would just be too confusing. So that's been recast, and I'm sure everyone can live with that. But it's very Lovecraftian in the sense that there's a massive mouth in the ceiling, and that's just scary. The whole Scottish thing works, the atmosphere builds tremendously well, and is just another triumph for Guy Adams. Very safe hands. 2.3. Spring-Heeled Jack by Gemma Arrowsmith. People are being stolen from the streets by a monster. By all accounts, it has burning eyes, breathes blue flames, and can leap the height of a building in a bound. While Vastra and Jenny fend off ogre-eager members of the gutter press, Strax dives into dangerous waters. Is this the Spring-Heeled Jack of legend, returned to terrorise the capital, or are there more sinister forces at work? Of course you know there's more sinister forces at work. This is a beautifully constructed tale. It has atmosphere, it has references to, the Jack the Ripper myth and all of those great things that we come to love about Victoriana. But of course it has that feel of the 11th and 12th Doctor as well, the time that it's set, the way of seeing the world, and that can't be unignored. In the way that Jago and Lightfoot, yes, they're their own entity, but they do have a 4th Doctor feel to them. Yes, I know the 6th Doctor as well, but that's just not important. What is important is that this is a great box set, and long may it reign and go on. So until next time, I'll bid you farewell and speak to you probably about Doctor Who, and I promise not to leave it too long. Be seeing you.
Hello. I don't suppose any of you might be able to assist me with my... Oh, hello. What a big head you have. Did I just say that out loud?
I presume I am now allowed to kill the annoying child?
Coming soon from Big Finish Productions.
I've heard tales of Spring-Heeled Jack since I was a girl. They used to say he looked like a man, but when you got up close, his eyes are flaming red. He breathes blue fire and has claws of metal.
He's not real, it's just folklore.
Much like yourself, Mom.
Thomas Carnacki. No doubt you've heard of me. I have of late proven quite the adept when it comes to supernatural investigation.
Diplomatic territory? A peace conference? Here? Oh, the shame of it.
The dead had been seen to wander the cold stone corridors of Castle Creighton.
No, that's quite impossible. Quite.
Another disappearance. There's 5 this past fortnight. Jack!
Whatever disagreements you may have, this place will not be your battleground, for it is protected.
I'm afraid I will have to use the process on all of you.
So, to recap, the dead have returned to Creighton Castle, and we must kill them.
Even you must admit that wouldn't be possible.
I can kill anything.
Big Finish. We love stories.
The dead.
Anything.
That was the Doctor Who Tin Dog Podcast, available on iTunes, YouTube, Twitter, RSS, Vimeo, and across the internet. Doctor Who and its associated properties are all copyright and trademark of the BBC. No infringement is intended. Why not become a supporter by visiting patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.